Hey there, everybody. This is Evan Rogers. This is online live lessons. We're on like 32 or 33, maybe. I forget. I think I still have to upload one. We're on the 5th lesson, which is we're negating the copula, i.e. des, and we are dealing with na adjectives. The issue that I'm running into when I'm teaching this is that I'm teaching you that they're not adjectives, but we're not actually using the na yet. So what I'm doing first is making clauses and ending these clauses in different types of words. And then I want to actually show people how to modify nouns using all those different types of words. And hopefully that'll be a good way of teaching it. Everyone out there who doesn't know what I'm talking about, that's fine. But I'm just laying it out there for people who might be using this in the future. That being said, we are here with John and Kayla. They are paying $5 a month via Patreon, and you can too. Join us. It's around 9:15 p.m. Eastern Time. I live in Ohio, same time zone as New York. If you can't make it, all these videos go online, and eventually I'm gonna publish these actual like lessons, the actual physical documents. I'm gonna release them chunk by chunk, probably on Patreon for $1 a month, if you just donate. Or I don't know. Is it donating if I'm giving stuff in return? I don't know. What is it? Paying a subscription? Anyway, today we're going to talk a little bit about grammar. We probably won't finish the whole thing. And if we go too far, I might end up going on a long-winded rant about how, I don't know, how confused things might be. When I was in Japan, I met a lot of weird gaijin, and I don't like it. So I'm going to try to convince you to be less weird. There's probably going to be a few stories in here. You guys good to go?
Yeah.
All right. Last thing I meant to say, if you want to help out and not do all that payment stuff, you could buy a t-shirt, buy a thing, or just like, subscribe, comment, share. That's the best stuff you can do. Honestly, sharing it's the best thing because one person out there that you know probably wants to learn Japanese, and this will help them find it. All right, here we go. We are talking about what's that?
Sharing is caring.
Sharing is caring. You heard it here. All right, here we have language-related vocab, adjectives. Most of you probably know what an adjective is. So just to make sure, an adjective is a type of word that modifies a noun in some way. Now, this can get tricky because not all words that modify a noun are adjectives. For example, I am Evan. Evan is not an adjective. Evan is modifying the word I, and yet Evan is not an adjective. So this is not a great definition of adjectives. It is, however, the best one I can give without actually going into the language and dissecting a sentence. There are various types of adjectives in both Japanese and English. Evan, why is the word noun and the word adjective capitalized? This is just something I've been doing. Any sort of part of speech or grammatical related word I'm going to capitalize to set it apart from other words, because sometimes when you read a document, you're not sure if that weird word is a specific term that's going to be used numerous times. So I'm capitalizing words that are going to be appearing that are directly grammar related. So that'll help people in the future. Anyway, what I'm trying to say is that there are different types of adjectives in both Japanese and English. Rough English equivalents to adjectives, I'm sure you're aware. I sure am fat. This is true for me. I need to lose a few pounds. Evan is being modified by fat. This is a compliment. Do you remember what a compliment is, John or Kayla? Don't all shout out at once.
Saying something nice.
That is a compliment. If that were an I, it would be a compliment. This is an E-M-E-N-T. And notice how it's capitalized. That makes it a grammatically related term. It's a grammar word. Anyone? That's okay if you don't know it.
It's like, I can't think of how to word it. I'm sorry.
Come on, you went to college.
I know.
I can't think of how to.
That is totally fine. I teach engineers, and they're like, "What? What's a noun?" And I'm like, "Okay, this will be fun." So here we go. I is the subject of the sentence. That's the one who is fat, correct? So yes. The verb is am. So I am, and then the thing that he is comes after the verb. It's in the predicate, and it's fat, right? That is a complement. A complement is when you use an adjective or a noun to describe the subject with some sort of an is type of a verb. So a sentence that does not have a complement would be something like I ate pizza, right? The subject performed an action upon an object. That would be a direct object. But this is a complement. I is fat. We are describing I with the term fat using the verb am. Does that make sense? It's kind of tricky, but hopefully we can see how that works. I am fat. The complement is what comes after this. We call them be verbs in English, but I'm not here to teach you English. After the word is, am, are, things like that, the adjective is going to be the complement. Okay?
Yep.
Okay. All right, over here we have that is one stinky rat. All right, so the complement of this sentence is actually 3 words. One stinky rat, right? That is being described as one stinky rat via the word is. Does that make sense? The verb is identifying that as being equivalent to one stinky rat, right?
Mm-hmm.
Great.
Mm-hmm.
However, one stinky rat is not an adjective. However, the word that's modifying rat, i.e. stinky, is an adjective. Okay?
Yep.
Okay, great. One would be modifying rat, and you could argue it's an adjective, but it's also a determiner. We won't get into that so much. That's an English thing. But stinky is most definitely an adjective, and it's modifying rat. Okay, so here we come up with a new fancy language word that you're going to hate learning. Stinky directly modifies rat. See how it comes before the word? So that makes stinky an adnominal. An adnominal adjective. So this is just a fancy way of saying comes before the noun, okay?
Yep.
Okay. All right, so the next word that we're learning is adnominal. Go figure. Adnominal is a fancy language word that basically means in front of a noun. I'm sure that in other languages it does not mean in front of a noun. I bet adjectives come directly after nouns in some languages, but let's not get into that. In English and Japanese, an adnominal adjective comes directly in front of a noun. Adjectives can be used as complements, like we saw up here. I am fat. Fat is a complement. Or they can be used as before nouns adnominally. Okay, you're going to hear me use that once in a while. Sorry, it's just I learned how to use this word. You'll also hear me say before nouns to make it easier. So here we have, my goodness, is that big? So that is big is the actual sentence. The actual sentence is that is big. If you notice, big comes after that, and it's being linked to it with an is, so that is a complementary adjective. Do we see how that works? My goodness, is that big? So big is not coming before that, and there's a be verb in there to screw it all up, so it's a complement. That cute girl's name is Serena Tsukino. Is that somebody actually, is that a real person? Maybe that's actually a real person. I forget when I wrote it. Anyway, notice how cute is modifying girl directly. Do we see how that works? I'll just assume you guys are saying yes. That is a compliment. Or sorry, that is an adnominal. Excuse me. This is a fun sentence. Cute is adnominally describing girl. And girl is adnominally... yeah. Notice how girl is a noun, but we use an apostrophe S, and then it goes directly into another noun. So technically, girl is also adnominally modifying the word name. So that is modifying girl, cute is modifying girl, and then all of this is modifying the word name. Then we're using a be verb, and we have Serena Tsukino, and that is a complement. This is a complement for the subject name. Did I lose you guys?
No.
We got it?
I see it. Yeah.
John, you got it? You're so quiet.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm smoking crack over here. I see everything.
I might be.
Anyway, cute is an adnominal adjective at the very least. If you just focus on cute modifying girl, you're good. Fat.
that supposed to be an apostrophe S on girl?
Girl without an apostrophe S would be plural. So there would be girls, like there's 5 girls. And then apostrophe S would be her name, right?
I don't know.
Girl apostrophe S could also be girl is name.
Yes,
It could be both.
Yeah. Yeah, John. He's
Shut up.
right.
Shut up.
Hey, John. Kayla went to college.
I know she did.
Wait, Kayla, wait,
Third.
this is our chance. Oh my gosh, John, how embarrassing.
I'm embarrassed.
I'd have to care to be embarrassed.
That's right.
Oh no.
All right. Fat monkeys eat too many bananas. I was apparently drunk when I wrote this sentence. Fat is an adnominal adjective modifying the word monkeys, which is plural. And then what do those monkeys do? They eat. What do they eat? They eat bananas. Question, is too many bananas a compliment?
I'm going to say maybe.
I think your initial reaction of no, which was what you're about to say, would be better. It's not an compliment because there's an action taking place. The monkeys are eating the bananas, right? The bananas are an object that they're acting upon. There's an action happening. Whereas here, the cute girl's name is being described as Serenatsukino. So that would be a compliment up here. These are direct objects, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. Any questions? This is actually annoying, but it helps you think properly about how the language works.
Mm-hmm. I'm going to have to read that a few times.
Yeah, I totally expect a lot of people to have to read this. But right now, what are we thinking?
I'm thinking I'm going to have to read that a couple times.
Okay, you're right. Yeah, that's probably a dumb question on my part. Kayla, how you feeling?
I mean, I get what you're saying. I think I'll have to put some thought into some sentences. To make sure I properly, because I think I would have put too many as a compliment, but I see what you're saying.
Right, too many is modifying bananas. If anything, this is some sort of an adjective. It's not actually an adjective, but it's functioning something like an adjective into the words bananas. So the actual sentence is monkeys eat bananas, right? Subject, verb, object, and then what kind of subject? It's a fat subject. It's a fat monkey. What kind of bananas? Too many bananas. So hopefully that will make sense. Okay. Well, yeah. Go ahead and look at this on your own. I think I haven't sent this to you guys yet, have I?
Nope.
Okay. Well, I will finish. I will remedy that soon. Looking at how it's 9:47. Sorry, we got late. I was working on that game. We'll see if I can actually turn something out. If I can turn that into something is what I'm trying to say.
You all right?
I'm apparently just stroking out over here. Yeah. Yeah, apparently. Okay, so anyway, let's just go over this first one, and then we'll call it a night, because it's already 9:48.
Okay.
Not adjectives are a new group of word. Yay! So now we have nouns. We have the copula des, which you could argue is not actually copula, but we're going to call it a copula. We have verbs.
Hey, John. Evan, does John know? John, do you know that he's saying nah, like N-A?
Oh, yes, right. This is a character, and it's read nah.
I just want to make sure that John knows you were saying nah instead of like none or none or something.
Right, this is like the letter N-A.
I know that now.
Okay, apologies.
Okay.
Yes,
I just
sorry.
wanted to make sure you were following.
Thank you, Kayla. Thank you. Sorry, that character right there is nah. I understand that you haven't learned hiragana. That's fine. I'll have to figure out what to do about that. Maybe I can add like...
Never will.
That's fine. It'll actually help me out when I teach because I'll have to keep track of the Romaji. Let me check something out real quick. I'm gonna pin this. Maybe I can add the letters N-A to the top of it. Does that work? Oh, great, cool. Not adjectives are a new group of word. Okay, nouns, not adjectives, and nah adjectives, copula, verbs, and we've learned a few particles, which aren't really words. Hopefully all those words sounded like words you've heard before.
We have heard those words before.
Excellent. Yep. In the vocab, they are all color-coded. I hope that'll help people out when they're going through this, but I color-coded the types of words. Okay, not adjectives are a new group of words. In this lesson, we are using them exclusively as complements. So they're not coming in front of nouns, okay? We're not putting them in front of nouns, okay? This causes a problem because they look and behave exactly like nouns. And the sentences that we're making, if we use them as complements, they look and behave exactly like nouns because we're not using them adnominally. Remember, that means before a noun. However, we'll find out that this is not the case. They do not behave exactly like nouns when we start using adjectives adnominally, like I just got done saying, because I like to repeat myself. What is it? The redundancy department of redundancy? They're called not adjectives for two reasons. One, they need a na when they are used adnominally, and two, there are give or take 3 kinds of adjectives in Japanese. The other major groups of adjectives are E adjectives. Since I'm here, I might as well give John the letter I. Doink. Cool. And this is a no adjectives, which you could argue are just nouns, but some people like to differentiate them. All of these names are based on how they are used adnominally. We're going to be encountering E adjectives in the next lesson. And you'll see they all end in an E sound. Okay?
Right.
So basically the point of this lesson is we have a new type of word called a not adjective. The way that I'm teaching Japanese is going to cause a problem because we don't actually see this na appearing because I'm not putting it in front of a noun. And there are other types of adjectives as well. Okay?
Got it.
Then the other thing that we talked about was complementary usages of words. I'll get to the top of this document eventually. Complements, which is like I equals fat or that equals one stinky rat. Those are complements. But adnominally means it comes before a noun. Cute girl. Fat Evan. Oh, fat monkeys. Stinky monkeys. Those are adnominals. Ad basically means tacked onto, and nominal. Nominal is a fancy language word for noun, okay?
Okay.
Okay, I will call it there. And I'll see you guys on Wednesday.
Yep.
Sounds good.
If you enjoyed this video, I'd love it if you like, subscribe, and share this video to everybody you know and yell at them repeatedly until they subscribe as well. If you'd like to support me even more, head on over to patreon.com, where for just $1 a month, 3 cents a day, that's it, it's darn near free, you can help me financially keep these videos coming. And as a reward for your Patreon donations, you get access to all of the miscellaneous things that I produce to help out my own students who I teach in person, and also just things that I make for myself. And if you want a little bit more bang for your buck, head on over to Teespring, where you can get lots of fun clothing, mugs, stickers, cell phone cases, all that I've designed. More designs to come. I hope you have yourself a happy dappy day. Peace out.